Whoa, the Sin's alive? Good to see ya. What'd you miss? Well, we've done a bit of Dawntrail. You missed 2 dungeons and the trial boss. Picking up right after the trial boss. Yeah. It's good to see you back, though. We missed you. That's fair. I've both been trying to launch through it and play it at my own pace. Because it's like, I've got other games to play. I want to get this done, but I also want to enjoy it, so it's like, kind of a weird spot. I also may not stream 14 for a long time today. Might do something else today, depending on if my buddy's up for it. But I hope you're doing, aside from being mentally dead, I hope everything's been alright with you. That's fair. I know it's been a little bit of a struggle for me to get into it again because of how content drought it was at the end. And I think that's affecting a lot of people too. No, I get it. Are there any games you have been playing though? Enough to keep you up to enjoy lately? Ah. That's fair. The new story, it's a new story arc, so I wouldn't be surprised if it could be a situation where you may you may do it, but until there's like a couple expansions in the new story arc out, it may not be like, oh, I've got to play this to catch up or things like that. I would too. That would really be lovely. That is a very good thought. Because the expansion with the first was like one of my favorites. Shadowbringers? Fantastic. And if they're able to pull off that kind of thing with the 13th too, that would be amazing. Let me get the rest of my lights on. We'll get started. Okay. With a good morning, good day, good afternoon, or good evening, whichever it is for you, I'm Blue Dabba Dee Dabba Die. I hope you're having a good one. We're back with more Dawntrail today. We're waiting on queue times. Other games, not really. I'm just zoning out on YouTube. That's fair. I've been recently doing lore videos for Elden Ring, just to kind of see if I can piece together some things I might be missing from Shadows of the Erd Tree. As you probably saw, we're in queue, so I just wanted to get the stream going while it's counting down, so I had something to do while I wait instead of sit here and watch the numbers slowly tick down. So here we are. Some little bit of information to continue. Tuesday, I will probably be playing a different game. Not that I'm not enjoying the expansion, but every day I get closer to the game's launch, I'm like getting more excited about it. Go for it. And then Thursday, I will also be playing a different game, because it's the game I've been waiting for like a year. So, got 2 other games coming this week, but it's a full vacation, so or later in the night, possibly more early. I don't know. I really don't. It's a George R.R. Martin thing. That's the only thing I've got my thoughts on for that. Really? So yeah, we got the first Descendant coming out on Tuesday. I've already got it pre-installed. I'll be playing that with some friends, which will be fun. And then we've got Zenless Zone Zero coming out on July 4th, which I'm also super excited for. I've had my eye on it for a while, because the theme of it looks a lot more in line with my tastes than the other 2 are. So, we'll see. But for now, I will settle with Dawntrail. Oh, and I'm also going to be getting into full force with that secret project tomorrow, because I'm going to be bored here at the house alone instead of having roommates that I can go pester when I'm not streaming. Absolutely. What'd you say to me? Hulk? Also, we got the door open today. It's been hot lately, and keeping the door open with the fans running have kept it a little bit cooler. So you may see my roommates from time to time. If you do, make sure to call them douchebags, because they all are. No. But that is something I plan on working on this week. That is not a secret. I've had the game installed for a while, it's just been getting the recording done. No, there's some software that if you happened to catch a glimpse of my desktop, one of the previous streams, you would have seen a little spoilers to what's to come. Based off of software icons that are on my computer desktop screen. Though, I will admit, there are a couple softwares there that I don't. There are a couple softwares there that are red herrings. Because I've just not uninstalled them and deleted the icons. So, I will also put that out there. The things I thought about but don't actually put forth the effort or haven't researched or just may have been too much work for me at the moment, things like that. Actually, you just gave me a stellar idea. I feel like now now one of them isn't so much a red herring, but it's something very far in the distant future, because I gotta save up some money. Do a lot of research. It's the possibilities of something just became even more, how do you say, more opened up than they were before. And it's specifically because you mentioned plant, and I clicked it. Actually, I could do, maybe I could mock something up this week. I don't know. I'd have to look at all the plugins and stuff like that. Maybe I'll do some research on that. I'll make a note of it, though. I'm not gonna say it because I still, if I want to do that, it's also gonna be a secret project. But I think that would be f***ing hilarious. Oh, not a new folder. New text document. It's bright. There we go. Secret Works. That's what we'll call it. Howdy, how's it going, Yellow? Howdy. Aw. In my Twitch, I thought. Maybe. Maybe I'll put plant up there, just by itself. Yeah, what's going on? If you don't mind me asking, of course. We're just chatting a little. Or I can get in. Yeah, it's still nice. I think my worst queue was something like 5K, whereas this is only like, what was it, 1600? I'm curious what it's gonna be like on official release. Which reminds me, I'll have to do that on the 2nd. Thankfully, on the 2nd specifically, I will be playing a different game. That's fine, go for it. Yeah, if you don't want to deal with the queue times. You know, I saw something today in the shout chat. I've been able to log off in the day. Yeah, middle of the day it's fine because you got like work or the people who are going to work or church or off adventuring because it's the weekend still. But now it's just getting rough. But I saw something in Shout Chat today, and it made me a little sad. Not so much that it was a spoiler, but people are complaining about the story this time around. Because it's... Ooh, power of friendship. Yeah, it's gonna be that. It's this... Sure. But they're not seeing the point of what this story is, or, like, just enjoying it for what it is. And it makes me sad. A lot of people should have pre-ordered. I don't know why they wouldn't have. Maybe they were waiting? Yeah. Yeah, and they did said they've got some things in the works to alleviate that. Plus, with data center travel, world travel, whatever it is, that'll probably help alleviate a lot of the pressure too. That way, if it's a congested server, they go and switch to a different one and just trickle in a little easier. Yeah. Who knows? Maybe the launch of an expansion will finally bring that whole data center completely to life. Yeah, yeah. I'm curious. Am I getting roughly close to that halfway point? To try avoiding spoilers, but just like looking for timing. That's fair. That's kind of why I'm not like super rushing. Got a bit to go to halfway. That makes me feel good. Honestly. Because what is this? Day 4? So that's good. Coming up on Q2. Need distraction. Well, I've got roulettes available. I know Din's got courses today, so I don't know how long do those usually take. Yeah. Ah. Most unfortunate. That's not like the worst thing in the world. Because I'm off all week, I've got plenty of time, so I can stream later into the day. Oh, I've got to make it. No. When I play on my own, I'm playing on maximum because it still runs pretty decently. But stream, just to kind of alleviate heat, I've been dropping it down a lot. Okay. Where? Shame. Now is like really far ahead though. So like they're probably wanting to gush about some things, maybe? Before we do anything else, we should talk to girl further.
To the temple, then.
That won't be necessary, heroes of the hour.
Eeg.
Valigarmanda is no more. Yours is a victory worthy of song.
We had plans for a second feat to be conducted here in town. But the recklessness of your fellow claimant has rendered them pointless.
A second feat?
The feat of ice. You are to fortify Valigarmanda's prison.
Well, it's a good thing we just knocked out that second feat for you already.
How shall we proceed, High Luminary?
Really, you just give us the keystones because we did something
What
amazing.
more would we test, Zurmurwer? They have defeated the Sky Ruin and saved the gods know how many lives. If they are not worthy heirs to Kulul Jaja, then no one is.
That's true. Wait, so you admit that you spoiled something?
Now that our last claimant has arrived, we can proceed with the formalities. For the skill and bravery the three of you have shown, I award you each a second keystone.
Hooray! Get this. Asians.
That makes 5. Only 2 left to collect.
Except that one of those 5 is in Bakul Jaja's thieving hands. He will answer for that. And for losing Valigarmanda.
Yeah.
You have brought lasting tranquility
Spoilers.
to our home and earned the gratitude of every Yokui. May glory
Technically,
and
I already know
prosperity
both
continue
are
to
in the
bless
future.
Doliolol as we enter this new age.
Maybe. I don't know if the Asian thing was ever confirmed. Yeah, because it's what? Got the one chick who's a member of the convocation, if I remember that.
Was never much of a talker, our brother. If you're up for it, you should visit the capital. I'd like everyone to get to know you and your people better.
I'll consider it if it's one of you two who claims the throne.
Then you need only await a missive from Sunperch. I'll be sending out invitations.
So, I've been finding over the past few months, time.
Today is a day for unusual visitors.
I finally figured out where they've been coming from. And you know, I should probably get them back in the desk.
You... Woklamat, was it not? I doubted you could slay Valigarmanda, but skies, proclaim your triumph. Had the Vidral been suffered to roam free, it would have terrorized us all. Once again, we find ourselves in your debt.
You owe us nothing. We fought because we wanted to.
Well said.
Yet a debt has been incurred. All the same, it will haunt me if I do not repay it.
I wouldn't even know what to ask for.
Yeah, I wouldn't even do their voices even if I wanted
Perhaps
to.
he can tell us about the dreams of the Golden City.
Oh, good idea. That was on my list of questions I wanted to ask.
The Golden Dreams.
I can get
Yes,
kind of close,
we have records of our forebears.
but it's not as
and
clear.
their visions from the time before the Shaktural expedition.
What did your forebears see?
Yeah.
A heavenly land, suffused with a golden glow. Its people lived as gods, never aging, never
They're literally
dying,
talking about the Alligans.
free from hardship and conflict.
Some people can really do good, though, honestly.
Every building was a palace, and in their midst reigned a silent goddess. A statue so tall, even my kin would need.
Oh yeah, I'm very
lift
impressed with the
their
voice cast
gaze
that
to
they've added.
behold its visage.
A statue of a goddess. That's new.
Maybe. I don't remember who the Alligans took out, though.
Aye, and compared to the abstract imagery we'd previously heard, this was a detailed description.
The dreamers were consumed by their visions, compelled to seek out the paradise they'd been shown. They journeyed to Shaktural, where they died in droves.
Most of it.
Those who go in
I
search
don't
of
remember
the
if they
Golden
conquered
City
everything.
do
I
not
know when they
return.
went to Marisidia,
The
they had
tales Evu
problems.
shared may have been rooted in historical
But I don't know if
fact.
they ever made it to the...
Perhaps. Who can know the truth of it? Once our ancestors left the forest, there were no more dreams,
That's true.
no dreamers.
The forest? What do you mean?
From the very first, the visions were set to visit only those who worked the quarries in Yaktel.
I do remember that.
But after they were ravaged by disease and so
Oh, that's right.
fewer
It took Xander to do it.
newborns, they were forced to abandon that territory. Once our people's withdrawal to Urkopacha was complete, we never again dreamed of the Golden City.
So only Yokhui in that one specific area experienced the visions.
Where'd she go?
Fascinating.
Well, we're headed to Yaktel next. Maybe we'll find out more when we get there.
I think so.
Thank you for sharing your stories with us.
Let's take a look.
I do not require gratitude. I merely repaid a debt. Farewell, Wook not think our paths will cross again.
That's fine. I am paying attention, by the way. I heard everything. We were talking about the forest and how only people who worked in a certain area had visions. So it's not that I was distracted and not paying attention to anything. I did catch all of it. Ano? Descendants of hunting people that crossed over the frozen sea. The frozen seas? At the north, though. Yeah. Led to part of it because the oceans froze over, I'm pretty sure. Famine gripped the land, cleaving to their old way of life. They have largely accepted their status as Eorzeus. Less populous races, fierce territorial crowd. Blah 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 blah. It might be in one of the later volumes, possibly. Because there's 2 more volumes. Here we go. It's not long after the... Oh. The blood-brine sea was frozen solid. The southern... Talk about Maricidia. In the Allegan section. I need to, like, actually sit and read more of this so I can recite this off the top of my head. I do really enjoy the lore, and it's just, I have trouble recalling where some of it comes from. I don't think Vorpolor and his brethren will have sudden change of heart about Tuliolo, but that doesn't mean they'll never change at all. Today is proof of that. I don't care what you have to say. I'm here for Aether Current. Give me air. I care more about the one with the cutscene, though. Because it's not just a standalone. Oh, this one might be. Yeah, they were in southern Ilsabard. And they went to... When the oceans froze over, they moved over to, Northern Eorzea. During the Age of Frost. I just read that part. when I was in the Mikote section. Oh, are we adding oil to the lanterns? And by that, I mean rubbing rocks with oil so they glow better. I haven't done something like this since frickin' A Realm Reborn. Mostly because I don't do yellow quests, but I don't know if there is one that is fill lanterns since A Realm Reborn. I do really love reading about all of this information. It is very intriguing sometimes. So it's a ritual. Not a just because that's how it works. I like that. I really like the lore behind these guys' tribes, though. Or at least their beliefs in how you don't really die until you are forgotten. Which is why they write everything in stone, including their names and accomplishments, so that they will always be remembered for all eternity. Something really beautiful about it. Yeah. Gonna need you to carry your weight, bud. Thank you. We'll help this guy out. Hold on. Dream work makes the dream work. What the fuck is dream work? Giraffe, lean, yeah. Not once did you falter. No, of course not. I'm damn near half its size. I can keep up. The mech does not lean. Not on the ground. A lot of these style amounts do not lean. In the air, I have no idea. I have to test that out. I found what feels like the biggest lean, though. I'll show it when we get back into town. This one's pretty big too, but this one kind of makes sense. The ones that fly do kind of make sense, but Yeah, the way they wobble all over the place, it's a surprise that they aren't drunk. Oh, I'm sure they will. I'm not as kind as on that one. Just that later. It was... Where's it at? This one. I was so confused when I first wrote it. Because of the way it moves, it makes the, like, leaning look way worse. Even though it's, like, roughly the same. But then when you're flying, it's like... Thing doesn't want to sit still. Oh, his was a backup. I think it's time we return to Tuliolo. After scaling Tyrol's tallest mountain and battling a legendary beast to death, even dauntless heroes like you could probably use a rest. In any case, there are preparations to be made before we can visit the next destination like Mountain Saga. The respite would be most welcome. I believe I hear the cabins calling our names. We've got, glamour farming we can do. That's a good distraction from progress. Okay. I still want to make a little bit of progress, so I'll keep at it. Uses return, walks from the right port to right in front of where Crystal is. Ah. Rest well, everyone. We can get back here later on. Okay, I'm gonna call away again, aren't I? We be heading to the palace. Hear me? Lost in their own little world, it seems. No matter. I'll be back soon enough. Bennett is standing by to unlock your cabin. Enjoy your stay. Oh! I get to rest! I have to admit, by the way, my monitor is really nice for me right now, because I switched to an OLED display. And it makes, like, the colors pop a lot more. It's a higher resolution. So everything looks crispier. Mix that with the graphics update, and it's been really nice. Just a genuinely enjoyable experience, even on the lower graphics. Cabin is just as you left it, minus a light layer of dust. I hope I got that one in time.
You have a moment?
Yeah.
There's something I wanted to talk to you about.
Oh. Something bugging you.
So,
Come on. Spit it out.
It's just too stuffy in here, that's what. We should go outside. Aye, a nice walk in the fresh air. That's what we need.
What can you do? Sorry to drag you away from your nice, comfortable cabin, but I could feel the walls closing in. Oh, I know. I'll take you to one of my favorite places in Filiolo. That should help me get my thoughts in order. We'll go to the Resplendent Quarter and make our way up from there. Of course I can't just sleep. Supposed to be on vacation, and yet you drag me all around town. Ah. Peshwa, what are you doing up and about? Is your back feeling better? It's much healed now, so don't make a fuss. Besides, I can't be lounging in bed all day when you're out there fighting your hardest to win the throne. Oh, whoopsie. I love this nation of ours, and lending you my support is the least I can do. See you smile like that, how can I not be? There's plenty more who believe in your cause. I can recruit a whole battalion of smiling faces if you think it'll help. Yours alone is more than enough. Thank you, Tashila. And thank you, Third Promise. I shall pray for your success in the contest. Oh, those smiling faces. Ah, sorry. I'm getting distracted. It's just that with the progress we've made in the contest, even these everyday encounters feel that much more special. You think we can take our time and maybe wander around a little first? Then we can head to the spot I was thinking. Ready.
This is much better. I used to come here all the time when I was little. Would look out over the whole city, and whatever worries I had would seem so small.
I
Do
hope I
you
got that one
remember
in time.
what I said at the top of Workor Zormor? That I would fight to preserve Papa's peaceful Tural?
Yeah.
Well, I've been thinking a lot since then. About what peace really means. If it's just the absence of war. And it brought to mind all the best parts of our journey so far.
Kind of been fun. Just peaceful, enjoying the scenery, enjoying the company, learning about the people of this faraway land. It's just been pleasant overall.
I realized nothing gives me greater joy than the happiness of others. Life has its ups and downs, but the company of family and friends and the music of their laughter is what makes it worth living. And as silly as it might sound, I've come to believe that those smiling faces are the best measure of peace.
Sort of thing I'd expect you to say.
Really, I feel proud somehow. It's an answer I arrived at by trying to be true to myself. That you think I succeeded, it means a lot. So, this is my plan. When I become Dawn Servant, I'll build on Papa's peace. Our people will live together in happiness.
Hell yeah.
It's just like Kryl said. By taking the time to hear their concerns, understand their feelings, and consider how best to serve, with each passing day, I'll be that much closer to becoming the leader I want to be.
Proud of
It's
you.
hard for me to say how much I've changed since the contest began. But there's one thing I can say with confidence. I wouldn't have come this far without you as allies. If it wasn't for you all listening and feeling and thinking along with me, I would have never learned so much, and in so short a time. There are 2 keystones left. After everything that's happened, and imagining what could happen, are you still willing to walk this path with me? Thank the gods for that. Well, I have nothing else to get off my chest. I need to head to the palace, but I'll see you back at the cabins.
Warrior Flight seems like the scariest sleeper ever. because they sleep perfectly still and perfectly straight. And that makes me uncomfortable. And now that I know that they breathe through their mouth, not in your mouth. Bad for your jawline. Oh. It's nice to see friggin' our Warrior of Light actually get some much needed rest. You look to be in good spirits. I assume your leisure time was well spent. I was glad to snatch some quality sleep myself. After all, it will soon be back to the road for us. I'm sure the others will be along shortly. I do hope everyone has rested well. Now that we've refreshed ourselves somewhat, let us consider all claimants as they currently stand. Doral and Koana have completed every feat thus far and have pulled 5 keystones. Clement would be equal with them but for Baku Jaja's thievery, which has left us 1 short. The conniving braggart didn't so much as lift a finger for the feat of proof and wreaked havoc for the feat of ice. He can't have more than 3 keystones at most. He may think he can simply steal what he needs to win, but he's sorely mistaken. I will be taking back what is mine. This I swear. I fear that reclaiming your keystone may not be enough. That is, if Baku Jaja's unleashing of Valagarmanda is any indication. Using his lead, I anticipate that he will move to obtain the remaining keystones before disrupting his rival's attempts. We may all find ourselves being forced to take from one another. Can't say I'd be comfortable with that. But neither will I surrender my claim to the throne so easily. If it's for the sake of preserving the happiness of my people, I'll do what I must. The next 2 keystones we require are those of the Lay of Repast and the Lay of Brotherhood. The former depicts the cessation of hostilities between the Mamulja and Jibral, the forests of Yoktel, specifically near a village called Ikbrax. This is where we'll learn about the visions of Golden City. That's where I was born, if you recall. I haven't been back there since Papa took me in when I was a baby. Where the Lay of the Brotherhood takes place, however, is unclear. In the saga, it is said that a foreign explorer came seeking an audience with the Dawn Servant, but little more than that. Eorzea has a similar tale. The explorer Ketterman befriended a 2-headed king known as the Autarch before commencing his travels across Tural. He journeyed here several times afterward, but was ultimately lost at sea. At least, that is the commonly held belief. Your 2-headed king certainly sounds like Papa, so this Kettenram fellow must have come to Tuliolo. His name was on the mountain, but if he indeed arrived some 80 years ago, the capital may not have been built yet, vestiges of Yakoi architecture notwithstanding. Wait, you said Autarch, didn't you? Then Kettenram must have met the Dawn Servant in Mamuk. Is that a city? One of the grandest in Tural. Once upon a time, and the seat of Mamulja's homeland, it too lies in Yaktel, not far from Ikbrax. Then all things considered, Yaktel seems the obvious choice for our next destination. From here, the safest method of travel is by dirigible. We should make for the landing once our preparations are complete. Riding one of... They can't be worse than ships, can they? I'm a mature individual with no mental health issues whatsoever. The next flight to Yachtel will be leaving shortly. Passengers are asked to keep hands, legs, and luggage inside the dirigible at all times. Sure that thing will stay in the air all the way to Yachtel. Yeah. Are you ready? Bags packed and our goodbyes said? There's no going back once we lift off. Not that I'm nervous or anything, I'm just making sure that you're not nervous. Oh, who am I kidding? My knees won't stop shaking. Hey, will you hold my hand just until I've settled my nerves? Maybe ask Aaronville? That stick in the mud. He'd never let me live it down. Third promise. Just wait a moment. Ah, blue and Tobley. Of course. I'll wait as long as you need. Sorry to delay you, but we were able to discover the origin of Kyle's earring. Is that so? You said before that it gained popularity in Dawntrail as a protective ward for travelers. That's right. We tracked down the elderly merchant to whom first sales are attributed. According to him, the design imitates an accessory worn by a foreign mage he met at a market some 20 years ago. Little did he know that charming taste of salt would prove to be a commercial triumph. A foreign mage wearing the earring could only be grandfather. Did the merchant happen to mention which market? One in Yachtel. It seems you're already bound. Hell yeah. What luck. But I shall seek my clue once we arrive. Is it mere coincidence that brought my grandfather there? Yet another discovery to look forward to. Thank you both for coming all this way. Anything for the third promise. Good luck with the rest of the raid. Thanks, I won't let you down. I've just got aboard this dirigible and... Last call for passengers to Yachtel. Down we go. I really hope she would. Yachtel would test her mettle, without a doubt. The next Dawn Servant must be willing to bear the full weight of this nation's history, no matter how heavy it may be. Whoa!
The fierce Chapral hunters who laid claim to this land call it the Azure Forest, Yaktel. Battered by meteors in ancient times and colored mesmerizing shades of blue and green by nature, it is easy to understand why the place is so named. It is here, where the Chapral and Mamulja once battled for dominance, that the right of succession would reach its climax.
It's foggy.
Are you all right?
I've never been good with heights.
Wow.
The vegetation is far denser than in Kozumauka.
I suggest you pay more attention to the ground, unless you want to walk straight into a cenote.
What's that?
A cenote?
Sinkholes filled with rain and groundwater. Many meteors fell here long ago, it is said, and after they struck the Earth, it became susceptible to erosion.
Oh.
Deep as some of the pits are, you'll not climb out in a hurry should you take a tumble.
Well, we're definitely falling into one.
So, don't take a tumble.
Looks at Wookie.
It was one time.
Yeah, and now
Is the
you
Chapral community
made it
depicted
more
in the
worth pay
Later
attention.
Past close by?
Aye. We need but follow the path a short way west.
Right. I can't stand here with my knees knocking forever. Let's get going.
With thicker vegetation comes reduced mobility. I advise you to keep someone in sight at all times. I'll enjoy the music for a minute. How dare you! My music! Welcome back. Unfortunately, I just got to the new area, and I am already, like, zoned in. Honed in. Because the freaking music. Oh. Wakarimashita. Godspeed and good luck. I love this song. I hate it. 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 I shouldn't have done it. Oh, I shouldn't have done it. I was trying to hug the wall to see if it would, like, disappear if I got closer, but no, it doesn't. I would rather it be deeper so I can hug the bottom. Because that's... Oh, I hate that. No, I want to hear the night song. It's almost 6 p.m., which means we're almost at the night song. Hell yeah. Oh. What happened here? The cinder field. This had something to do with, what's it called? Gada Garmanda. Yeet! Aww. Oh, shoot. Sorry, got distracted. Northwest. Hate it. Don't like it. You know, this song also vaguely reminds me of Final Fantasy VII music. Holy shit. That's... It also reminds me of Twilight Princess. on some of the strings of notes. F you, squirrel. How dare you take away my calm and peaceful tones. Tunes. Pretty music. Oh, there's a little random. F off! Those are kind of cute. Flying squirrel. Good. Everyone's accounted for. The Brox is up ahead. Let's speak Brox. Be about it. Dawntrail was not exaggerating about the cenotes. Cenotes. It would be a grueling ordeal to climb out of one. Well, thankfully we made it here without incident. Not sadly any longer. Wow, it's bird themed. Let's go. I really like that actually. That's very pretty. Ready to head on in. Yeah. I can't take this song seriously anymore. All because of Hildebrand. The third promise in her retinue, I presume. I seek the Dawn Servant's Elector. Then come and join us in the Garden of the Stars, at the village center. Okay. Everyone? Happy. There's but one way to find out. Come, let's follow it. Let's go. Explore. Wow. Oh, the other claimants.
At last, we are graced by the presence of the third promise.
If I'd known we'd be waiting on your mangy hide, I wouldn't have bothered with a Ligarmanda in the first place.
The fact you're still alive has me asking questions.
You self-serving piece of weaver dung! Do you have any idea how many could have been hurt?
Now that we are assembled, let us begin. My name is Hunmuruk. As a Brash Rash, I have the honor of serving as a lector on behalf of my people. As all 4 claimants must be present for this feat, we have eagerly awaited your arrival. Third promise. If you would please join us. Thus far, you have faced each other as rivals. The feat of repast, however, will test your cooperation. You must complete this challenge in teams of 2.
Oh. Oh.
What? You expect us to work with one of these weaklings?
Be warned. Only the triumphant team will receive keystones. I advise you to cooperate with your partner. Teams will be decided by lots. Those who draw the same color will be paired accordingly.
Well forbid Wuklamat is paired with Bakul Jaja.
I was thinking
After all
that.
he's put her through, I wouldn't blame her if she did something rash. I might even help.
Claimants, please present your colors. I have red.
Oh.
Blue.
Uh-oh.
On separate teams, then. And the rest?
Red.
Not
Which
so.
means-
I figured that'd be the case.
Together again, as fate would have it.
Victory's as good as ours.
With our claimants thus paired, so too is their opposition.
Oh. Indeed.
Not the one-head.
Well, at least you know he's strong. Couple nuts.
Listen well, for the trial that awaits you is as follows.
Is as follows.
Each team is to prepare a sample of traditional Shebrol cuisine. Shibruk Bibil.
Oh.
And now we must cook. Another ludicrous feat.
So it might seem, but there's bound to be deeper meaning to it.
Agreed. Given that the very future of our nation is at stake, all parts of this rite must have significance.
Our promises have grown rather promising, wouldn't you say? Indeed. If I were to guess at the significance of the feat, few things reflect the history and development of a culture so clearly as its culinary traditions.
The variety variety of stewed dishes in Garlean cuisine bespeaks their agricultural roots and cold climes, true.
Yeah.
The peoples we've met on our journey, they've all had different practices involving food and drink. The
My favorite part of the
Hanuhanu
world.
replenish their magical energies with reeds, while the Pelupelu have turned their fondness of beverages into a living. So basically, to know a people's cuisine is to know something of their ways.
With each feat, we have deepened our familiarity with a given community's history and culture. Is this what Father intended for us all along?
Indeed.
But a leader with his vision must see that the past doesn't hold the answers we need. It is through embracing innovation, not adhering to tradition,
step
that
forward,
we will
5
usher
steps
Tuli
back.
Yolal onto a more prosperous future.
Seeing the whole picture.
The rules are simple. The first team to prepare and partake of satisfactory Shibruk Bivir will be deemed victorious. You will be judged by your sample's taste and appearance, as well as your adherence to appropriate cooking techniques. Kitchens have been made available for your use. Note that you may be asked to retry should your dish fail to pass muster. Let the feat of repast begin.
Oh! This is a very Mallow segment, isn't it?
I've never actually heard of Shibruk Bibil before. It's a lighter wonder.
Big German art. Hell yeah! Dokugeki no Soma. How fortunate that this feat's unique stipulation the frustrated Bakujaja's attempts to delay us. Serves him right. That's what he gets for endangering my people with his schemes. Why doesn't he just compete fairly? He's plenty strong and obviously has a mind for strategy, twisted though it may be. Never understand. Putting aside our competition for the moment, allow me to express how glad I am for this opportunity to work together. As I see it, our team possesses a distinct advantage. Of course we do. Any team I'm on is bound to succeed. Precisely. You mean we have an advantage in numbers? Yes. Our competition has a team of 6, the claimants Saroja and Bakujaja's lackeys. Whereas we are a team of 9. That's 3 more people we can mobilize. With the task suitably delegated, it'd be a brisk affair to learn the recipe and assemble necessary ingredients. Too easy. Well, we mustn't be overcome, lest we make a careless mistake that could be easily avoided. Our first order of business should be determining the recipe of Shibruk Pibo. We can hardly gather ingredients for a dish we know nothing about. Given the nature of this feat, asking for answers directly may prove less effective than simply observing the daily habits of the Jabral people. Let us gather here once we've seen what clues this village has to offer. I really like this song. For the silly, like, small discussions, kind of joking, kind of serious. Number of spices, some entirely unfamiliar, or mixed with them. That one's called achiote. We mostly use it to add a bit of color to our most popular cuisine. But its medicinal benefits are significant as well. Ah! So you use spices to alter the color of your dish. That's how you get it to appear more pleasant. It's important. I know the importance of food looking good. I hate how a lot of my food, it looks gross. Tastes good, looks gross. Recipe for Gibraltar people. I can tell you, friend, a dish so delicious is meant to be shared. We are forbidden from divulging anything. Orders from Hanmu Rock himself. But your mentioning it has given me a fierce craving. I only hope there's still a brook to be made at the market. Yeah, get him. I go back into my summer vacation outfit. We ought to cut our losses and head from the moot. This feat is nothing but a fool's errand. You're the fool if you think we won't tan our hides or for leather if we dare to return without enough keystones. Besides, we've taken from the house cat before. How difficult can it be a second time? What are you looking at, Salt Liquor? Mind your own business. Yeah, nice one, dipshit. Definitely a great plan to talk about your foolish attempts to steal something right in front of a member of the enemy team. Yeah. Usually colored banana peel, neatly arranged on the ground, which appears to be smoking. Here's I've dropped my Najul, Jatika banana peel. I could barely see it for all the steam issuing from my underground oven. There's nothing like enjoying a tasty banana while using the leaves in your cooking. Oh, you know, I kind of remembered other dishes that are cooked like this. Not by name. I just know they exist, yeah. I think maybe Kahlua Pig is one of them. Traditionally is cooked in an underground thing like that. Sorry, I'm back. What did we discover? Due to your prediction, the villagers were forbidden from educating us correctly. However, many were still preparing it as one might a single dish. An observation of their techniques yielded clues enough. The lady blending local herbs and spices was only too happy to describe ones I didn't recognize, while neither confirming nor denying any relation to Gibraltar. But one in particular she attributed all common Gibraltar dishes. Achote, she said. Indeed, then if Gibraltar people is a dish, is indeed a dish as a big of there. We found the first ingredient. Meanwhile, I observed the cook burying bubbles wrapped in the leaf of Najul, banana, in certain localities. It would seem the use of subterranean ovens is commonplace. I saw the same. I think we all know what's inside those bundles, then, don't you? Brook, without a doubt. As would be expected of a dish called Jibruk Ibal, indeed. So to summarize, the dish is one of Ibruk, flavored with a combination of spices that includes achote and steamed underground within najul or banana leaves. Given our assumptions are correct, we must now learn where and how to procure our ingredients. As a staple cuisine, its ingredients would be close at hand, which is why Thancred and I scattered the surrounding forest while you all were exploring the village. Between the local vegetation and wild Ibruk, we should have everything we need in regards to meat and spices. Leave it to the master cleaner. With that, we should next divvy up our tasks. While some gather ingredients, others should make ready for the kitchen. I can help prepare the kitchen. Permit me to assist as well. Our ovens will doubtless require firewood, and I have some experience in its gathering. I too should be glad to volunteer my aid. Then the rest of us will gather ingredients. I can make quick work of the spices and herbs myself. I am happy to lead someone to suitable Ibruk if they will perform the requisite deed. Alize? As for the Najul leaves, I believe I am capable of acquiring that much on my own. You won't find Najul in these parts. They only grow in the Jatika heartland, of course, far below these. Such an excursion may be time-consuming. Perhaps we ought to try bartering first. This feat encourages our communications with the locals. Lamati, Donovan, if you would accompany me on my errand. Lamati. No better way to whet my appetite. Good. Let us be on our task then. I didn't buy nori. Son of a... I was gonna make spam masubi. And I forgot to buy frickin' seaweed. Because I went to the grocery store today. Let's go get those Najul leaves. The sooner we do, the sooner we can eat. Make it! Is it? Yeah. I wanted to give it a try, trying to make something like that. Oh god. Oh god. This is the best day ever! Get my favorite outfit, and it's... I'm sorry, I'm losing my mind. I love this outfit so goddamn much. Sorry. Straight losing my mind. I'm so ready for the rest of this. Let us see if there are Najul leaves to be had in town. Perhaps the cook Orianje mentioned might be persuaded to spare us a few. Like, I kind of enjoyed the last outfit, but this one's so much better. I'm so glad to have my Rabble Keeper stuff back. Ah. Ah. Oh, hello. Do you need something? We need bananas. Najul leaves, for purposes other than old magic. Unfortunately, I've just used up my last. You'll have to travel to the lower forest for more. Gold Majok Grove is the source of the finest Najul leaf you'll find. Wild variants you sometimes see in city markets can't compare. See, I'd hoped to avoid such a lengthy venture, but if there's no other way to obtain our ingredient, then to the high heartland we go. Tell me to save you the trip. Traveling there requires that you go through the Traverse, but it has caved in due to the recent storm, I expect. What? But that means we can't get our Natul leaves. But we can, can't we? If there were no other way of procuring them, you would have suspended this feat, or else altered its objective. Perhaps. Anyway, I apologize for the interruption, but having overheard your conversation, I felt compelled to chime in. It's very kind of you. Any last-minute advice you'd be willing to share? Only to undertake the feat of repast with an empty stomach. May find Gibraltar kibble to be delicious but daunting dish to finish. A delicious but daunting. Still, if there's no leads here and we can't travel for more, how are we supposed to gather all our ingredients? These feats are meant to deepen our understanding of the peoples and cultures of Tulioli. Though perhaps there is something about your people we have yet to learn, something of significance other than its recipe or ingredient. Like who was the first to make it, its history, that sort of thing. Dawntrail's history you're interested in, you should start with the old war. Between Jabral and Mamulja, yeah? Mamulja. Wars have borne witness to centuries of warfare, the evidence of which remains a scar upon the earth. To know the end of that bloodshed, know Jabral people. Yeah. So the question we must answer. Vexing though such a detour may seem, I can think of no other way to approach it. In that case, you may wish to visit the site of a settlement ruined by the war, the village of Ilion Asso. Ilion Asso lies a short distance to the east. Understood. We'll head right over. The way I can tell that I am still enjoying Final Fantasy is that the last few streams have been 6 hours, and they've been easy 6 hours. It hasn't been oh, I still have a bit of time to go. No, I'll look over at the clock, and 2 hours have already passed. And I'm just kind of enjoying life. Feel relaxed. Taking a leisurely stroll, just enjoying things. Before I venture forth, we're gonna take a brief pause so I can use the restroom and get me a snack. So I'll be right back. Don't worry, I kind of figured you would be. Doing some fighting. Yeah. Wow. Try it then. But no, it makes sense. I haven't played like all day because it gets too hot. But I might do some early morning stream tomorrow and a PM stream tomorrow. No middle of the day stream because it's too damn hot. I didn't have a quick and easy snack either, so I had to actually start cooking something. And friggin', I'm so dumb. I grabbed the cayenne pepper, wanted a little bit of spiciness to it, right? And I friggin' unscrewed the cap. I unscrewed the cap, thinking it was like the chili powder, which is just to unscrew it and you can sprinkle it on. So I got the chili powder, the cayenne pepper, pop it open, and cayenne pepper everywhere. My nose is on fire. I'm still kind of coughing a little bit. I think I'm finally recovered. But it was so bad. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't get in my eyes too. That's why I wear the glasses. But my nose, no, I'm gonna be feeling pain in there for a little bit. Story time over. All I wanted was some tots, man. The village of Ilonaso must be further east. Let us continue with haste, for all we know our competitors may be on our heels. Oh yeah, did I mention I finished this beast tribe? Well, Shauna, I'm itty bitty. I use a little bit of both. I go a little lighter on the cayenne, but a little heavier on the chili powder to make it like, I don't know, give it a little bit of extra kick, but not too much, I guess. Unless I do it wrong. I kind of just play it by ear and do whatever sounds right. I did that for a chicken I was doing once, and I actually really like how it turned out, except I did a little bit wrong in the cooking part of it, and the chicken came out not so great. It had the kick I wanted, so I got the spicy part right, just not the flavor part. So this is the village of Ilionasu, or what's left of it. It was a place of light and life. My great-grandfather called it home, in fact. Well, Kevu, I didn't know you were in Yakto. I was picking up lumber from McBrack's when I heard the third promise was on our way to this site of deep historical significance. I immediately saw another opportunity to be of service, and so I followed you here. Well, Kevu is a shipwright who came to our aid during the Feat of Reeds. A pleasure. You're a member of the Third Promises retinue, I presume. For the moment, I suppose I am. My name's Kona. Pleased to make your acquaintance. Now that's a good name. Familiar name. Where have I heard... Oh jeez, oh my, oh me, oh my. Kona, as in the second promise of Tuliolo. I think I would address the dog servant's own son as some common retainer. Such disrespect can't be excused. Please take up your gun and... Oh, come on, not this again. I take no offense, so please do not deal with it. Alright, I won't dwell on it. And right on cue. At least he's consistent. I understand you wish to learn about Gibraltar Pibble. While I'm forbidden by the Gibrox Tracks to divulge any information regarding its preparation, I would be happy to share what I know of Yakutel's history. We'd appreciate that. In the most basic sense, the conflict between the Gibral and Mamulja is one of the land. The Mamulja live in the forest, in the lower forest, where the thick canopy obscures the sun and the soil is unforgiving to crops. This drove them to covet the upper forest, the home of the Gibral. They launched a determined campaign to seize it for themselves. Yet advantage ever favors higher ground, and the Gibral forces held the upper hand against the invaders, buffing them time and time again. But as the state of this village would attest, the tide eventually turned. What brought it about? Something you know all too well. Blessed siblings. Must understand, the Mamulja were once a people as much at war with themselves as they were with others. The Hubigo, Uniwa, and Dobro each sought to assert dominance over the others, even as they engaged the Gibral in battle. In an effort to strengthen bonds and discourage infighting, Hubigo and Uniwa leaders arranged a marriage between their children. However, this political measure altered the course of history in ways no one could have ever imagined. It was long believed that the partners of differing clans could not have children together, but when it happened, a child arrived who shared the blood of Hubigo and Bunewa, both a two-headed Mamulja. Blessed with tremendous physical strength and magical prowess, he grew into a mighty warrior before eventually arising as the first Autarch, ruler of all three clans. Such qualities would dispose anyone to leadership, character notwithstanding. Under the Autarch's rule, the newly united Mamulja became a force to be feared, and the war soon came to a head. I think it best you see the results firsthand. Let us visit another battlefield from that time, and there I shall continue the tale. I'm gonna go stir up my food, if it doesn't immediately drag me. Okay, you're back. Food was done. Ugh. Okay. Let's go. I didn't think it'd take that long, but their roommates were out there, so chat with them for a second.
This is where most battles were fought between the Shabral and Mamulja, the Shobrit Cinder Field.
A field of cinders, indeed. How fierce their clashes must have been.
Really, though.
The war over these lands began after the Yoqui's departure some 500 years ago. And for 4 centuries thereafter, the two enemies repaid violence with violence. A constant stream of minor skirmishes, punctuated by massive slaughter.
Until Father ended their endless conflict 80 years ago.
Accompanied by a retinue of only 6, the Dawn Servant opposed both armies and brought the fighting to a standstill.
First they sealed Valley Armanda at full strength, and now this.
It was during this armistice that both sides gathered for negotiations at the Dawn Servant's behest.
For too long, you have been bound by your ancestors' violent legacy. It is past time you broke free of it.
Tell that to the Scale Scum! We fight to protect what is rightfully ours! If not for their greed, we'd be living in peace!
Puff your tails and scurry off, then! Cowards like you ill-deserve the bounty of this forest.
Even should one of you succeed in vanquishing the other, your triumph will last only until a new invader arrives. Tell me, do you know of the vast continent that lies far to the east, where numerous nations vie for dominance? You do not. And why should you? Affairs beyond the salt we have no intention to cross are of no consequence to us. Not until those affairs come to Tural, like our honored visitor here.
He's from across the ocean.
I've been to the ocean before, and it's nothing but water farther than the eye can see. What sort of vessel could possibly reach its end?
That such technology exists is indisputable, as is foreign powers' awareness of Tural. If any such country were to develop a taste for Turali soil and bring to bear the might of innovations we can only imagine, what do you suppose happens then? You do not know the warlords of the East, but you know that if they came, they would not settle for a single forest.
True.
By joining hands, we might create a unified front, an alliance capable of repelling them or any other foe. There is no greater proof of these than my companions and I. Alone we are weak, but together we triumphed over Valigarmanda.
What? You defeated the Sky Ruin? I'd take you for a liar if the sting of our own defeat wasn't still fresh.
Their coordination was indeed impressive. How the Pelu stymied our efforts to cripple the Yokui's legs and defend our ballistas. And when we withdrew to strike again from a distance, the Hanu called the winds to make our arrows miss their marks. In seeking to exploit their weaknesses, we only subjected ourselves to their strengths.
The only reason there's 7 instead of 8 is because one has 2 heads.
Are born of cooperation.
Excuse
the
me.
guiding principle of
Technically,
the
it's a full
nation
party
we
if you take that in
envision.
mind.
But our feud has lasted for centuries. How do you expect us to join hands now?
Ha ha! Give us an evening to convince you.
Curious.
And so began that legendary banquet. One would not expect sworn enemies to abruptly drink to each other's health, and, indeed, a tense silence hung over the venue. But then, the Dawn servant called for the exchange of traditional cuisine. So it was that the Mamulja partook of spiced meat, and the Chebral steamed najul. Before long, delight manifested upon the faces of those present, each side impressed by the other's dish. Seeing this, the Dawn servant laughed and declared once more. Their flavors, he said, would be even better combined, and he proceeded to help them prepare the new creation.
I like
She
that.
broke the bill, I'd wager.
It is a marriage of Chebral and Mamulja cultures, and proof of their newfound cooperation. The Dawn servant had asked for a single evening, but the feasting is said to have lasted 3 days and 3 nights. So delicious was their repast. In the end, a peace accord was reached, and the Dawn servant's words at that time still illuminate our way forward.
Ignorance begets strife. Understanding begets fellowship.
Sorry. It's just to think that he ended an age-old conflict with food. It's all so absurd. It's somehow so very papa, I couldn't help but laugh.
Ignorance begets strife. Understanding begets fellowship.
Yep.
Now then, I trust you understand the significance of Shibruk Pibil and the history it has written.
Absolutely. Thank you for sharing the story with us. What's wrong? Someone was there, you say?
Perhaps our competition is cooking up some scheme or another.
Maybe.
Something bitter and half-baked, no doubt.
Papa really did live up to his words. He traveled the land and learned about it. We're doing the same now. Care about anything else from those pants? That's a picture on it. Oh, the press! Pepper has given us some valuable insight into the origins of Shipper Pickle. However, we are still no closer to procuring the necessary Najul. Tell me, was that historic feast commemorated in some fashion? A monument, for instance? Indeed it was. Allow me to show you. Maybe they planted a tree up here. Racing drift on the swings! Why I read that as a Moggle Wobble and not a Moogle Wobble? Aw, that's even... Gobble Wobble. Here it is. Offered up by the two factions, weapons symbolize their vow that they would never again raise arms against each other. Since this feat demands a journey through history, I thought it only logical that a monument like this might steer us true. Especially one at the heart of so significant a battle. Amati, Donna, would you help me search this area for clues? Tell me if anything catches your eye. Look! Oil's recently opened. Oh, someone buried a box! Well, I would have been satisfied to only find a hint. But here they are, fresh Najul leads. On New Rook's doing, I'd wager. There's a poetry in hiding them, honestly. Given that it was central to the war that he helped end. So he planned all this from the start. Thank you again, Wookever. We wouldn't have found these leaves without your help. It was an honor to render my assistance. And with apologies to present company, allow me to offer my encouragement as well, Third Promise. Ever since I witnessed your performance in the Breeds, I have been certain that you are the claimant most worthy for leading our nation, he says in front of the other claimant. I'll devise solutions to Hanu's ailing crops, but you alone sought to know their culture and provide Ihana, even if it seemed unrelated to your task. In my humble opinion, no one cares more for the people of Tuliolo and what they hold dear. You again require the historical musings. Old shipwright, I am ever at your service. For now, I take my leave. The ignorance begets strife comment probably is sitting with Kona very, very much. Argue with that. We have what we need. Let us return to Ikbrax. Now, if you use Charlian technology to enhance the specifics of the tradition, that might be a difference. Yeah, we're not walking. Kind of forgot to say it, but I hope everyone's having a good day. I say, knowing that I asked two people who already here how they were doing. Everyone's day gets better if it's already good. That's what I should say. I'm glad we were successful. The others should be back soon, I expect. Yeah. Hope so. I'm famished. I'm more in a position of not knowing what to do with myself for the next 5 days. Listen. I know my secret projects are gonna take time, but there's still a whole week ahead of me. A little overwhelming. I want to see if I can make my streams that much. To spread joy! Gebu was here. I would have liked to say hello. Yeah, he gave us an important history lesson. That Gulujaja brought an end to the centuries of warfare surprises me little. But to achieve said peace through cuisine is something else entirely. Leave it to my old man to find the oddest solutions. But how about the rest of you? Is my kitchen ready? Everything should be in order. Uri and I made another tour of the village and borrowed the cooking utensils, with no mention of what we needed for. And I am pleased to report that we are stocked with the finest firewood this forest had to offer. Spoken like a true expert. Aaronville and I found our brooks, so we should have meat aplenty. It was a spirited creature, so much so that its hunter fell down a cenote trying to catch it. I'd have never speak of this to anyone, did you not understand? Or, let's say. I picked a good portion of local herbs, with particular attention to the seeds that heal. I'm told our resident astrologian divined the appropriate measurements for the seasoning as well. Further inquiry did I determine the ideal balance of spices. Then all that remains is to prepare the dish itself. I presume that at least one of us among us is... blah! I give up. Leave the rest to me. And you, I hope, as I recall, you are an accomplished culinarian. Aww. Thanks. Mouth is watering already. Big tea. That's it. That's all I cook. Without further delay, then. Down.
Oh, it smells so good.
Good, there is still time. I shall prepare our sample at once.
At first, I wasn't sure about being stuck with the one head. But better that than playing nanny to the mewling house cat.
Be quiet, Bako Jaja. No one cares what you think.
Huh. Act tough all you like. Victory will be ours.
You say so.
It's ready.
Pulled pork on tortilla. At least I think it's pork.
Apologies for the wait.
Wow, that is red.
We submit to you our Shibruk Pibil.
This looks amazing!
The dish is prepared by using the culinary techniques of the Mamulja to cook the spiced meats favored by the Jabral. It is a symbol of peace between their two peoples after centuries of war.
Both the ingredients and your methods appear to have been correct. Now then. In taste, texture, and aroma, you have recreated Shibruk Pibil admirably. Granted, anyone might well achieve similar results by following the recipe to the letter. But you went a step further. You sought to learn the cultural significance of the dish, about Yoctel's history of violence and your father's role in ending it. Your willingness to take lessons from the past befits aspiring Dawn servants. And for that, I commend you. All that remains is to partake of your creation. True understanding is gained only through experience.
Now this is something I'm definitely good at.
Ahem. I believe we have yet to receive our assessment. Ours is also a faithful example of Shibruk Pibil, as you will no doubt agree.
I see.
Huh.
While your effort looks the part, unlike the second and third promises dish, it lacks its defining aroma.
Preposterous! The meat was marinated and spiced before being steamed in an earthen oven. This is Shibruk Pibil.
Oh? And what about the Jatika banana leaf?
It's because of you that we couldn't get any damn leaves! You can't fault us!
But the second and third promises had no such difficulty, did they? That which they needed, they acquired simply by showing interest in our history and heritage.
Duh, it's just some crusty old leaf. What difference could it make?
Your dish lacks an essential ingredient. As you have failed to demonstrate an adequate understanding of Shibruk Pibil, I must deem your performance unsatisfactory. Your team will not receive keystones.
This was stupid anyway.
His ambition only grows more intense. That someone could harbor such dark thoughts towards family.
Yikes.
What do I care for this sham of a feat? I can always take what I need later.
This is delicious! The brook's so tender it melts in your mouth, and the way the najou leaf rounds out these spices is sublime.
You know, I've just thought about this, but I feel like
This
the
is
only
the taste of
characters we've seen
harmony.
eat
Someone who
are
only
cats.
knows brute force and deception could never appreciate it.
Choke on your harmony.
Come, come. Finish
Plus,
your
I'm
beer.
missing a memory.
That too is part of the feat.
Don't have to tell me twice.
A little worried
That was bliss.
that the two lizards are gonna
You've got real culinary talent.
work together
If you
for.
ever tire of adventuring, you can always be my personal chef.
Oh, it's okay. Appreciate the thought, though. I'm just good at tea and
It
coffee.
was palatable enough, I suppose. To you, who have successfully performed the feat of repast, I present these keystones.
Only 1 feet left.
We still need to get our keystone back from Bakul Gaja.
Well, I should get going then. I'm glad that I wasn't paired with one of the others.
I'm glad too.
We can do better than that, surely.
The 6th keystone is ours. Thanks for all your help, everyone. I forgot something important. Was there any shipwreck people left? I could really use another helping.
Oh gosh. Oh. Heck yeah. Is it really time for another dungeon? That was so good, I'm already looking forward to having Chibrook people again. Here, Shauna, Cryle, made more using leftover ingredients. You'll love it. Thinking to buy more for the road myself. Now that the feat of repast is over, the villagers should be free to offer it to us, right? Not people. Heck yeah. Seeing as we now face the penultimate objective of the rite, it would be wise to travel to Mamuk and undertake the feat of brotherhood without delay. Walks, yes, but impossible. The typic traverse which connects the upper course to Jawatikta is still impassable. There's no other way? Afraid not. Work to clear the path is underway, though, so I'm hopeful we can resume our journey soon. There is another way. I'm sure of it. I, for one, would like to explore the village surrounds. Villages surrounds, if Aaronville would oblige me with a court. Very well, I have no other engagements. Then I will come with you too. I'll come with you, if only to prove that I am capable of keeping my footing. Though I shouldn't rejoice in our delay, and it does afford me an opportunity to look into my grandfather's purported visit to Dawntrail. Well, that's right. Mablu did say something about a foreign mage coming through here decades back, didn't she? I'll come with you. I think I'm joining Kryle's group. Yes. Let us reconvene here after our respective diversions. As I recall, the merchant met my grandfather at a market in Dawntrail some 20 years ago. Any who might reliably remember him must therefore be at least middle-aged. Let us make inquiries where we can. You know, I'm kind of realizing that the Scions are very non-existent right now. Sure, we've got a bit more cryo than the Scions, but even then, it's still not much. And I kind of like that. A foreign mage 20 years ago. Yes, I remember him. It's not often we get visitors from across the salt, let alone those traveling with infants. A baby girl, as I recall. I only saw him in passing, mind. If anyone were to know more, I'd wager it would be Hunmu Rook. He was already Jibrax then. A baby girl, it couldn't have been. Thank you, sir. That is very helpful information. Was Kryle over here, too? Really like this place. So far, it's turning into my favorite area. Between music and themes. Yeah, that too. Letting Kryle shine a little bit more, it's nice. But it's nice to see a new cast get attention. Unstable. Oh, that's not good. Hello again. Do you require assistance? Foreign mage passed through Ikbrax roughly 20 years ago, possibly carrying a young child. Do you remember him? Why do you ask me this? Who is this man to you? He may have been my grandfather, and I wish to know what brought him here. Your grandfather? Not by blood, but he is family nonetheless. Poor mage did indeed visit Ikbrax, Master Galuf. Why? So far as his identity is concerned, I trust you are satisfied? More than that, however, I cannot say. Why not? I simply cannot. I beg your forgiveness and understanding. Very well. I will not press. Thank you for confirming his presence here. The rest I will discover myself. Out of more general curiosity, I have another question. Say the Yakoi once dwelled in these forests. Where was that exactly? General curiosity. But yes, before they withdrew to Urkopacha from some 5 centuries. Yukoi claimed Dawntrail as their own. Many of their architectural remains can be found in the lower forest, the Jawtika Heartland. And that's where they must have had their visions. Thank you. That answers much more. I understand what it means to long for one's family, so believe me when I say that though my position forbids me from aiding you further, I wish you nothing but success. By helping the Third Promise find the Golden City, you will surely find the answers to your questions. Speaking of which, I have a query of my own for you, Shauna. May I request a moment of your company? Go on, we'll wait for you. Why do I feel like he's gonna say something weird like Wookiee's his kid? Thank you. First, let us head to the cenote behind this village. Hup. It was my intention to see you off without saying anything, but Mistress Kyle's plea has softened my resolve. As the leader of our community, I am gladdened to see that the Third Promise has surrounded herself with such compassionate and trustworthy companions. Would you tell me of her journey thus far? Yeah, he's related some. Is that so? It seems the rite has been a source of great learning and growth for Wuklama. It does me well to hear that. My daughter would be about her age. Girls are rarely born amongst the Jabral. When she arrived, the village was elated. Such joy I felt when I first held her, and the pain when I found her at the bottom of a cenote. 3 years old. An accident, it was said, but I knew better. She had been pushed. Though we never caught them, a suspicious figure was moving towards the Jawtika Heartlands, towards Mamuk. Once bitter enemies, the Mulja and Jabral had learned peace. But who could doubt the intent of such a reprehensible act? By targeting the child who would one day lead her people, the criminals sought to undermine the future of the Jabral. I was determined not to let them succeed, and so I let the memory of my daughter die in the cenote. Gave her into the care of the one person I knew who could protect her. Bond-servant Kulul Jaja. Though she was born to lead the Jabral, fate had a greater plan for Wukamant. Only the Dawn Servant and I know the truth, but I must know I won't take you into my confidence for one reason. If the villain who attempted to murder my daughter was indeed of Mamuk, then rancor towards the Jabral still burns. I was caught off guard once, and will not suffer the same tragedy again. So I ask you, not as the Dawn Servant's elector, but as a father, to watch over the Third Promise, defend her from her enemies that may be lurking in the shadow. You do this for me. Pretty sure that's why he gave a little bit of advice too. Thank you, from the bottom of my heart. My question and answer me plainly. Address me not as the ruler of Puliola, but a concerned father. Suffice it to say, this conversation must remain between us. Pray breathe not a word of this to anyone. Secret safe from me. I'm a woman of few words. Why are they always there? so happy to be back in this outfit. Ah. I feel like it looks a little different too. Just a wee bit. Recalling the past has rendered me emotional. I require a moment to compose myself, but please do not keep the third promise waiting. I feel like I just had a mount spoiled for me. Oh, absolutely. You're back. So what did Hunmu Rook want? It's a secret. Alright, you don't have to say it. More importantly, the traverse still isn't clear. Something about even more rocks. Then I think I'll take the opportunity to rest. All the cooking and preparing for it has worn me out. Hey now. And that does sound tempting. Do anything to cry or kick your ass. Moment, please. Promise. I'm gonna buckle judge us. What do you want? I've come to fetch you. Welcome to refuse, but know that it would be most unwise. Advise that. I'm sure your salted friend has an idea. What do you think? And they say house cats don't come when called. Follow me, promise. Never said I couldn't.
What is the meaning of this? And just how far do you plan on taking us?
Yep. It's time to take back what's rightfully ours.
Oh, Morok! Bakuljaja, you snake! If you want my keystone so badly, you deal with me and me alone. Leave the Elector out of this.
Is that all you think he is? Foolish kitty! This man is the reason we are here.
Yeah.
Take a good look at him. Go on. Look. Surely you recognize your real father.
Don't believe us? Then ask your trusted sellsword. She heard it straight from the old man's mouth.
Is it true? Is Humoruk my... Your silence says it all.
Now that you understand the situation, let's see those keystones. I'll even let you fight for them. Just you and me. If that adventurer attempts to interfere, I'll kill the old man myself!
You despicable, heartless fiend! Kinsman or no, I won't stand for you taking hostages! Come on then! You wanna fight? I'll give you a fight!
Yeah, tell him, Wookie.
Oh, such heroic caterwauling promise. I'm shaking. Guard our hostage well. We wouldn't want to attempt any thoughts of rescue. By the by, house cat, they've been instructed to put down Papa Dearest when you lose. Hopefully he settled his affairs.
Don't worry. I'm not losing to the likes of him. Well, what are you waiting for, you blessed bastards? It's 2 against 1. Don't tell me you're scared.
I know I didn't hear you right.
Don't worry, the scary adventurer won't do anything funny.
Foreign scum! Who are you to mock me? I'll kill you, kill you, kill you all!
So easy, so angry.
I want you to watch as I tear your beloved promise to shreds!
You got it.
Hey, eyes on me. The house cat, remember? I'll say it again. I'm not losing to the likes of you. I'm going to become Dawn's servant, and I will protect my people!
Skillful combat. Begin the love, blah blah blah. Believe it!
Come, you mangy house cat, so I can rip you to pieces!
Should be more than enough for Miss Mittens.
I'll make you eat dirt!
No more tricks, Bakul Chaja. We're settling this here and now.
Still playing the part of the brave warrior?
Miss Mittens is no longer amusing me, brother.
This rite has taught me so much. nation, my people, and myself.
Can't keep up.
How do you like this? Here, kitty, 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 kitty.
That's the ranged attack.
I finally understand what it means to live in peace. To greet each day in safety and happiness.
Irritating pest!
It's time we finished her.
This is the end for you, kitten. Know your place.
Bleed them so much! Gosh, I think I'm gonna fail this.
It's not enough to claim the title of Dawn's servant. I must carry on
It's, yeah, like...
his love for our people.
Normal. That's fine. I friggin'... It's because I slipped into that bleed. That friggin' brutal bleed. And also, I had no idea that top attack was a friggin' ranged attack.
Come, you mangy house cut, so I can rip you to pieces. I'll cut you to shreds. My magic should be more than enough for
All right.
these meetings. I'll make you eat dirt.
No more tricks, Bakul Chacha. We're settling this here and now.
Still playing the part of the brave warrior? Mittens is no longer abusing me, brother.
This rite has taught me so much.
Figuring it out.
About my nation, my people, and myself.
Can't keep up.
How do you like this? Kitty, 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 kitty.
I finally understand what it means to live in peace. To greet each day
Combo.
in safety and happiness.
Beat damage.
Irritating bastard.
It's time we finish that.
This is the end for you, kitten.
Bitch. This is nice. How this trial is set up.
Know your place.
That's a lot better.
Not enough to claim the title of Dawn's servant.
Now that I'm not bleeding to death.
I must carry
You get
on
rewarded with a
God's
limit break
legacy.
when you
His
successfully
love
perform
for our
mechanics, and I
people.
like that a lot.
I'll grind you beneath my heel. Here in an upstart. Why won't you die?
This combo.
I'll show you the true power of the blessed.
Are you ready? Oh, it still
will be
works.
the next Dawn servant.
Sick.
And I'll protect my people's happiness to the last.
Yo, that's sick.
That's why there's no way I'll ever lose to the like of you.
What? But that was everything I had. I can't stand it anymore. Attack! This is our fight. Stay out of it. You bring shame upon us. You think we care about your stupid pride? This is for Mamuk! We cannot lose!
Oh, the great Bakul Jaja needs help, I see. Send your whole army. You still won't win. I will prove that my allies are right to believe in me.
God damn. He is really kicking some butt right now.
Changed. She wasn't like this before.
Hell yeah. Back where it belongs.
I reclaim what you stole.
No. How can this be? How could that puny house cat beat all of us?
You've caused nothing but trouble with your dirty tricks. Threatening the Hanuhanu, releasing Valyarmanda, harassing me is one thing, but you've endangered too many innocents. No more, Bakul Jaja. I will not stand for it. If you even think of tormenting my people again, you will answer to me.
No. No.
And he goes and forgets he had the way blocked.
What? That was his doing?
The only part left in the saga is the Lay of the Brotherhood in Mamuk. The plan was to force you here so we could take the rest of your keystones.
So that's what he was up to. But, should you be telling us this?
What does it matter? You've beaten us. It's over.
And you're a stand-up kind of guy.
We'll release the hostage.
Thanks.
I'm sorry. I was careless.
Are you all right? So what Bakul Jaja said about you and me...
But to single-handedly defeat Bakul Jaja, you truly are the Dawn Servant's daughter. It has been my honor to bear witness to your journey. Promise.
Promise. Yes. That's what I am. I'm Gulul Jaja's daughter, and Tulihyolal's next Dawn servant.
Hell yeah. Well said.
Come on. Let's rejoin the others.
Seems we were last to return. Glad everyone made it back safely. Thank you for having faith in me. Getting out of the fight, even when it got dirty, couldn't have been easy for it. Bakul Jaja won't be the last person to threaten those. I wanted to prove to myself that I can stand up to something. Stand alone. Say I won't ask for your help when I need it, of course. I know better than that now. I'm glad. This first boss murdered me more than I care to admit. Yeah?
The passage to Mamuk remains blocked. For now, all we can do is try to rest and recover.
I mean, some of these parts are kind of freaking hard. I don't like it.
Perhaps with a meal, as my sister would no doubt suggest. Shall we borrow the kitchens and prepare some Shibruk Pibil?
So thou hast taken a liking to the dish. As we learn to appreciate the unfamiliar, 'tis only natural that we develop new affinities. There is no shame in this.
But there is in ignorance. I had barely considered what the people of Tuli Yolal hold dear. What hopes they harbor for the future.